Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would everybody please rise? And Councilman Schneider is going to lead us this evening.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you please remain standing for a moment of silence and reflect upon the sacrifices that our men and women make in our armed forces as well. Please take notice and say a prayer for the family and loved ones of the police officer from the NYPD who was fatally shot in the line of duty last night. And remember that the freedom that we live with every day is unfortunately paid by the ultimate sacrifice of some. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, once again, welcome and thank you all for being here. Thank you at home for watching this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Today's date is Wednesday, October 21st, 2015, and tonight's Town Board meeting is a voting meeting. And prior to coming out here this evening to start the public voting meeting, the Town Board met in executive session at 6 p.m. To discuss with the Town Comptroller personal budget items for fiscal year ending 2016. So before we get started, just some housekeeping duties. The Town Board, all 10 members of the Town Board are present with us this evening, as well as our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford. Thanks, Ann, for being here. All the way down to my left is Greg Fulchetti. He's the Town Attorney. And in the audience, we have Mary Ann Maxwell, who's going to be addressing the public very shortly on an item. And we have Mike Simone, our Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent, is with us as well. So before we get started on the agenda, I'm going to ask Mary Ann Maxwell, our Town Comptroller, to come up to the podium. She has some really good news that we'd like to share with the taxpayers and with the public with respect to fiscal issues that the Town Board has complied with regarding the 2% tax cap and some other good news that's associated with that as well. So Mary Ann, you want to take it away?
Sure. Good evening. Last week, I would like to address an item with the Town Board and the public. Last week, I received an email from the New York State Division of Budget, and it says the tax freeze government efficiency plan that was submitted by the Town of Carmel has been approved by the New York State Division of Budget and will be forwarded to the Department of Taxation and Finance. Now, what this means is earlier this year, the Town of Carmel submitted a tax freeze government efficiency plan to the New York State Division of Government, and it had to show that we had a certain amount of savings in the years 2017, 18, and 19. And we worked hard, myself along with the Town Board, worked many executive sessions and meetings to get this plan in place. And we submitted it. The deadline to submit this plan was June 1st of 2015. And I think we submitted it, a couple days before that. So a lot of hard work was put into that by, myself and the Town Board and other managers to come up with this plan. What this means to the public is in year one, because the Town of Carmel stayed within the tax cap for the 2015 budget, residents will be receiving a refund check or a credit from the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance in the fall of 2015. So that should be, soon, within a week or two. Because the town stayed within a tax cap in 2015 budget, residents will be receiving a check shortly for that. Year two, because the Town of Carmel submitted an approved government efficiency plan, which I just spoke about, by June 1st of 15, and we intend on staying within the tax cap for 2016, residents will receive another check in the fall of 2016. Okay. How that check is calculated is it's the actual increase in the homeowner's bill is what it's actually the greater of the increase in the homeowner's bill or the previous year's tax bill multiplied by an inflation factor. Now, keep in mind that this is only the town and special district taxes. So you will, depending on whether the school districts and the county, comply as well, that will determine whether you receive a credit on, the residents receive a credit on that. So it's just for your town and special districts, the difference, that's what the residents will receive a credit on. Okay, so if
What's
anybody has
what's
any,
the average rebate check going to be, or refund? It depends on your
it depends
assessed
on your
valuation?
assessed value in your house,
Okay.
or your property.
Yeah,
And it also depends on what special districts you're in, what taxes you pay in special districts. So it's your town-wide tax, which is the tax you pay in January, which is small, but also your special districts tax as well, okay, that we could see a refund on. So whether the school district complies with this as well, I believe we did get checks last year for the school district. I'm not sure if the school district submitted an efficiency plan and that was approved. If they did, then we would, be receiving a check for that too, because I know they did stay within the tax cap. And then the county, I'm not sure, I know the county did stay within the tax cap, but I'm not sure if they submitted an approved plan, so.
Yeah, that's great news, Mary Ann. It
Mm-hmm.
really is, because getting checks from Albany to us,
Right,
it's usually the other way around. We're sending checks to Albany. but,
Exactly,
So
right.
the fact that we're going to be receiving checks, rebate checks from them, that's really great news.
Right.
So thank you for that. And I know you worked hard on the efficiency plan, as well as the board did too. But,
Right.
so we achieved positive results, and that's great. So thank you for announcing that.
sure,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Anybody else have
congratulations.
anything to add?
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary
Okay,
Ann.
thanks, Marion. Okay, now we're going to go on to the voting meeting agenda. First item on the agenda is a resolution adopting the amended tentative budget as the preliminary budget for fiscal year ending 2016. Councilman Schneider, would you read resolution number 1?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby adopts the Town Supervisor's amended tentative budget as the preliminary budget for fiscal year 2016 as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
That's seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Fibonacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, resolution number 2 this evening is a resolution authorizing the scheduling of a public hearing in connection with the preliminary budget for fiscal year ending 2016. Councilman Lombardi, would you read number 2?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing in regard to the preliminary budget for fiscal year 2016, including the general town fund, highway funds, as well as all water districts, sewer districts, park districts, fire protection districts, lighting districts, garbage districts, and be it further resolved that said public hearing shall be held on the 4th day of November 2015 at 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible, at which time all interested persons shall be heard. And is further resolved that the proposed salary of the following officials for fiscal year 2016 shall be advertised as required by Section 108 of the Town Law of the State of New York as followed in said notice. Town Supervisor, 108,514.04. Town Council members, $20,038. Town Clerk, $85,194.20. Town Highway Superintendent, $113,398.74. Be it further resolved, the Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and directed to publish the notice of said public hearing in the official newspapers of the town for a minimum of 5 days prior to November 4, 2015. And be it further resolved, the Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel is hereby authorized and directed to post the notice of said public hearing on the Town Bulletin Board for a minimum of 5 days prior to November 4, 2015. And be it further resolved that a copy of the preliminary budget be available at the office of the Town Clerk where it may be inspected by any interested persons during office hours. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fibonacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution authorizing additions, deletions to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the addition of the following names to the active list of Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Thomas Caruso, Mahopac, New York. Be it further resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the deletion of the following names from the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Brian Brisanka, Mahopac, New York, and Michael Klein, Mahopac, New York. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution removing a member of the Town of Carmel Alarms Appeal Board. Susie, would you read this one?
Sure, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby removes Michael Klein from the Town of Carmel Alarms Appeal Board, effective immediately. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, number 4 is a resolution declaring certain equipment obsolete and authorizing disposal of same. And Councilman Schneider, would you read number 5?
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Michael Simone, Highway and Superintendent for the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby declares the following equipment to be obsolete and hereby authorizes its disposal in accordance with town law, including but not limited to disposable pursuant to town law, section 64, subsection 2-A. It's a 1985 Chevrolet Blazer, VIN number 1 Golf 8 Echo Delta 18 Juliet 2 Fox 129824. I offer this resolution as read.
I never get tired of that. I second it.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
10-4. Yes, thank you.
No 10 code since 9/11.
Oh, PIN codes, that's right, yes. Yes, motion carried. Thank you.
Is it Roger?
Okay, next resolution is number 6, and it's a resolution authorizing releasing of a bond, tax map number 65.17-1-41, for $28,000, the New York City Department of Environmental Protection, care Stratus Contracting Corp. Councilman Lombardi, would you read number 6?
Whereas application has been made by Stratus Contracting Corp. On behalf of the New York City Department of Environmental Protection for a total release of site bond plan posted in accordance with land subdivision and/or zoning regulations of the Town of Carmel for tax map 65.17-1-41, 35 Mud Pond Road, Mahopac, New York, and whereas said application has been reviewed by the town engineer, Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., and release of the bond has been recommended and approved by the town engineer and the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Now therefore be it resolved, Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the release of the site plan posted for tax map number 65.17-1-41 Liberty Mutual Insurance Bond number 015036609 in the amount of $28,000. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes, please.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, resolution number 7, is a resolution authorizing to advertise for bids for the roof replacement at Carmel Sewer Wastewater Treatment Plant number 7. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one?
Resolved that pursuant to the request of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Town of Carmel Sewer District Number 7, hereby authorizes Town Clerk Ann Spofford to advertise for bids for the replacement of the roof at the Town of Carmel Sewer District Number 7 wastewater treatment plant, and be it further resolved that the Town Engineer is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the Town Clerk to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Just for the benefit of the public, this roof was damaged during the heavy snows. It actually contributed to the collapse of the roof, the partial collapse of the roof during the heavy snows of last winter. So this is this roof has to be replaced, and we're just going out, formally now, going out for bid to effectuate the replacement of that roof. Okay, next item on the agenda, number 8, is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing entry into contract for electrical service installation for Camarda Park Utility/concession building. Suzie, would you read this one?
Shall resolve that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of the Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes the acceptance of the proposal of Lawrence Light Electrical Contractors, Inc., Mahopac, New York, and authorizes entry into a contract for installation of electrical services at the concession utility building to be erected at Camarda Park at a cost not to exceed $8,200. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Ken Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentation to effect acceptance of this proposal upon the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution is number 9. It's a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing purchase of red clay material and installation at Camarda Park ball fields. Councilman Schneider, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, hereby authorizes the purchase of 220 tons of red clay for Camarda Park ball fields from James Carrieri and Sons, Inc. of Port Chester, New York, Westchester County bid contract number Romeo Fox Bravo, Whiskey Charlie 15047, at a cost not to exceed $19,030. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal of Athletics Field Services LLC of Bridgeport, Connecticut, for the installation of the purchased red clay materials at the Camarda Park ball fields at a cost not to exceed $8,680. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentation to effect acceptance of these proposals upon the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 10, is a resolution authorizing the mailing of the Lake Cassie Park District Quarterly Newsletter. Frank, would you read this one?
Resolve the Town Board, acting as Commissioners of Lake Cassie Park District, hereby authorizes the mailing to all properties within the district of the newsletter prepared by the Lake Cassie Park District Committee, and that the cost thereof be charged as a district expense. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 11, is a resolution adopting the Senior Recreation and Recreation Fee Study. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board hereby adopts the contents and findings of the report entitled Senior Recreation and Recreation Fee Study Update, Town of Carmel, New York, prepared by VHB Associates, White Plains, New York, dated October 2015. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, the 12th and final resolution for this evening is a resolution authorizing the submission of an application for certification as an approved assessing unit. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read number 12?
Shall resolve that the Town Board hereby authorizes the filing of an application for certification as an improved assessing unit, AAU, with the New York State Office of Real Property Services, and be it further resolved that pursuant to Section 1902(3), this Town of Carmel shall notify all school districts within its boundaries of said application, providing therewith a summary of real property tax law, Section 1903-A, and the deadline date by which said school districts can file notice of intent to use the Homestead Act rates. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Kenneth Schmidt, is hereby authorized to execute Form RP 3002 for certification as an AAU, in form is attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second.
It was seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
No.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried, 4 yeses and 1 no. Okay, all right, that concludes the agenda items for the voting meeting this evening. Is there any members of the public that would like to come up and address the board on agenda items only at this time? Come on up. Okay, next is new business. Is there anyone here for new business that they'd like to address the board with? Yes, sir. Yep, come on up. And you're a resident of
Yes, Carmel, New York.
Carmel, New York. Okay, we just need your name.
All right, I'm Mr. Halsey Tuthill.
I'm sorry?
Halsey Tuthill,
Halsey Tuthill?
yes.
Okay.
The
Welcome,
reas-
thanks for being here.
The reason I'm here is I live at 35 St. Michael's Terrace, Carmel, New York. About 2 years ago, we have drains that, between the houses, sewer drains. And all of a sudden, there was water coming over my driveway, and my whole driveway was undermined. I mean, I put a new driveway in about 7 years ago, and it's all collapsed. And I called the town, the highway department, and they said, oh, you gotta go through the engineering. So I went through the engineering, and they went through everything. They said, oh, yeah, we're responsible for that. And they sent all the paperwork to the highway department, I think it was January, to do it. And they laid out the easement. There's an easement between each property. And they laid out the easement, I think it was back in March or April. But my driveway's still not fixed. I've called the highway department. I spoke to the secretary. I've never spoke to the highway supervisor, superintendent, or whatever it is. But it's still not fixed. And I'd like to make sure that this gets taken care of. Because if you want to see a picture of it, I mean, I have a...
Oh, Mr. Halsey?
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt you, and before you go any further,
Yeah.
our highway superintendent's here.
I heard his name here.
Did you speak to Mike Simone?
I've never spoken to him. I spoke to his secretary about 5-6 times.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you'd like to speak with the
Yes, I
highway
would.
superintendent?
Yes, to get this taken
Mike,
care of.
would you have a conversation with him? It doesn't have to be, at the podium.
No, it's
If
fine.
you and Mike can meet, you want to meet out in the lobby?
Fine, I just want to get it taken care of.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will that work for you?
Yes, that'll work for me.
Okay, very good. All right, thanks for being here, sir. Okay. All right, I don't think there's anyone else. No. All right. Board, I passed out some announcements that we need to make, so why don't we start down at Susie's end, if you'd read that, sir?
Yep. This weekend, October 25th, from 12 to 3 at Sycamore Park, the Carmel Recreation and Parks Department is going to be holding their Harvest Fest, and they're going to have pony rides, a petting zoo, vendors, and a DJ. There is a trick-or-treat parade, which starts 2 o'clock sharp, and just bring the whole family, wear your costumes. And also, it says if you post a picture of you and your jack-o'-lantern on our Facebook page with the chance to win Pumpkin of the Year. And the winners are going to be revealed at Harvest Fest again, which is October 25th. If you do want to become a vendor, you can call 845-628-7888, and they're $20 per table.
Jonathan read it last week, so I'll give it back to him.
Great, thanks, Susie.
You're welcome.
John, you want to read yours?
Yes, we have, this is from the Hamlet of Carmel Civic Association. Their website is www.carmelcivicassociation.org. It's one word, and they are having a Halloween ragamuffin parade and party Sunday, October 25th, 2015. It is rain or shine. In case of heavy rain, children can go directly to the Carmel High School cafeteria. The event is from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. It's sponsored by the Hamlet of Carmel Civic Association. There's going to be prizes and refreshments. The HCCA Halloween parade is for children from preschool up to 4th grade. Children will be assembled in the parking area behind the Old County Courthouse in the Hamlet of Carmel at 1 p.m., and the parade will start at 1:30 p.m. They will march out of the new courthouse driveway, past the reviewing stand at the old courthouse steps, and proceed north up Glenida Avenue, and then they will go on to Fair Street and move on down to the Carmel High School cafeteria. There's going to be contests or costume contests for pre-K, kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. There's 3 categories for the prizes by age. The children will be treated to face painting, crafts, and fun activities. And again, it's free admission. It's this Sunday, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, Sunday, October 25th, 1 o'clock, meet at the Old County Courthouse. Going to be a fun time.
Did it say who the judges were by any chance?
They did not. Do you know one of them?
I do, yeah.
You're going to be in costume?
I'll be wearing my costume also, so you won't know it's me judging. Actually, go ahead and say, wait, take your costume off. You're wearing your costume all night.
Well, we got 3 pumpkin heads.
heads.
1, 2.
Right.
There's another announcement. This Sunday, the 25th, at 11 o'clock, at the Chamber of Commerce in the hamlet of Mahopac, right in town. There'll be a dedication to Mark Frazier, a longtime Mahopac resident, former chairman of the Zoning Board and Appeals. And at 11 o'clock, there'll be a tree dedication and plaque dedication, because he was one of a few chamber members that were pivotal in the creation of the Chamber Park. So this Sunday, October 25th, 11 o'clock, Chamber of Commerce to honor Mark Frazier.
Okay, great. Thank you for announcing that, John. Okay, we're going to go down to Jonathan Schneider. Councilman Schneider's got an announcement.
It is that time of year again for the Town of Carmel Top Dog 2015 Photo Contest. Our town clerk, Ann Spofford, is searching for this year's Town of Carmel's Top Dog. Residents should submit a photo of their beloved photogenic and, of course, licensed dogs to her office for a chance to win great prizes and earn the coveted Top Dog title. All photos are going to be available for viewing on the Town of Carmel's website, where anyone may vote for their favorite top dog. Prizes are going to be awarded for the top dog, first deputy dog, second deputy dog. Submissions are accepted now through November 30th. There's 1 entry permitted per dog, and there will be a limit of 1 vote per email and/or IP address. So don't try to get in too many votes. Voting begins December 4th and closes December 11th. Winners are going to be announced December 16th. Check out the town clerk's webpage or call her for any further details, 628-1500.
Okay, great.
Judge of that?
Employees are not allowed to submit
Yeah,
photos
yeah.
of their own
Judge, I
pets
can't,
or
yeah.
themselves.
I'd love to submit mine, but
I was already told I can't submit mine.
can't, yeah. Actually, I have 2. Susan's got a couple too, right? 3? Yeah, dogs. You
I have 2 dogs,
you-
but only
you have
one
some
that
top
that would be
dogs.
entered.
Yeah,
What kind of leash do you have on your dog? What color is it?
yeah. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Councilman Lombardi, would you, this is an important announcement, everybody listen up.
So, Town of Carmel residents and business owners can now sign up to receive emergency notifications and urgent alerts via text messages or emails. And you can go to the email notifications section of the town's webpage. So go to http://carmelny.vt-s.net/ or go to the bottom right portion of the webpage, click on emergency notifications and follow the instructions to register online. So now with the bad weather coming, this is probably something good that everyone should sign up for.
Yeah, Frank, and they could just go to carmelnewyork.org and just avoid all that stuff. Just
So
Carmel.
why'd you-
Carmel and
I didn't
That's
put,
me.
I didn't put that on there, so. It's
So why don't you cross it out?
just go to the Carmel website, carmelnewyork.org, and you can sign up for the emergency notifications. Don't wait for the next Hurricane Sandy before you sign up for these emergency notifications. Do it ahead of time, and this way you're prepared, and we're prepared to help you. We can't help you unless we have your information. So sign up for the emergency notifications. Very beneficial to you and your families. Okay, we did that, did the top dog. John did his, Susie did hers, and is this still in
It's old.
effect?
Let's see.
Or is this old?
You're done.
This looks old.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Right, we need to take it out of effect?
Hmm?
The water restrictions?
Week 3, week 2, part of week 2, and, right, week 3. All right, this is for, there's going to be hydrant flushing. This is a public notice for hydrant flushing in Carmel Water District 2. This is up in the Hamlet of Carmel area. And on 10/21, which is today, right? So forget about today's. 10/22, Vink Drive, Waring Drive, DeColoris, Glenna, Kingsway. On 10/23, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., North Collier, Sunset Ridge, East, and Raymond Drive. They're going to be doing hydrant flushing. And week 3, October 26th, Centennial Ridge Development off of Hillendale, Hildekar, Hillendale Road. And October 27th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Route 301, 52 to Glenida Ridge, Fowler, and Ridge Road. And October 28th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Glenida Ridge, Glenview, and Belden Roads, Cornish Roads. Consumers may experience the following temporary effects of the flushing: temporary fluctuation in pressure, temporary discoloration of the water. Laundry should not be washed during these times. If you have any questions, please contact Severn Trent Environmental Services. Those are the operation and maintenance company that oversees the hydrant flushing at 228-0460. 228, that's an 845 area code, 228-0460 if you have any questions regarding the hydrant flushing on those dates. Okay, I think that's it for our announcements. We do have executive session to go into at the, and we're going to be closing the meeting from executive session. So the executive session tonight is with Rich Franzetti, the town engineer, John Fulchetti, town consulting engineer, and Mary Ann Maxwell, town controller, to discuss budget fiscal year ending 2016, and also our police chief, Mike Kazari, will be meeting with the board in executive session as well to discuss a personnel matter. So I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, good night, everyone. Be well. We'll be back here on October 28th for a town board work session at 7 p.m. Good night and be well.